All right, Packy Hanrahan, PBA Cheetah Championship winner, first title event here in the World Series of Bowling. It's been a long time coming for your first time on TV, third career title. Describe the emotions you're feeling in this moment here.
Big time adrenaline crash. So feeling pretty tired right now, but I mean, nothing beats bowling on TV besides winning on TV. So just awesome to be able to finally get one on TV. Made TV a bunch over the last couple of years and finally was able to lock in, put some good games together, especially when I needed to. And luckily, that race to 2 format, luckily I got the win in both games.
Yeah, you put together massive games, 268, 289, 259, 237, 265. Cheetah tends to be higher scoring, but only one person put up 5 games like that tonight. What were you able to find out here that allowed you to do that?
I told Boog going into the last game, after I beat Matt that first game, he goes, just do what you do best and, lock in here. And I said, I feel like I'm playing someone else's game and hopefully beating them doing it. Just because I usually don't throw it as fast as that. I usually don't loft it like that. But it just seemed to be the trick of the week for me on Cheetah. On Shark, it was a very different story, which I'll be on later in the week. But on Cheetah, a little bit of loft, a little bit more speed, which is not something that I'm definitely best at, but it's definitely something that I practiced a ton over the season.
All right, when Sanders leaves that 6-pin, I believe in the 8th frame, ball's in your hand. Are you aware of that? Are you thinking, all right, 9, 10, 11, this is mine?
Yeah, I told myself 3-bagger and it's yours. I also told myself, oh boy, I'm nervous. So, I mean, just like super honest, it's tough bowling on under the lights, whether it's on TV, whether it's, on extra frame way back in the day or now bowl TV. Like it's nerve-wracking regardless of when you have a chance to win a tournament. I don't care if it's your Friday night local sweeper and you step up in the 10th frame or whether it's here. The nerves are the same. They're just amplified on TV.
All right, you had your parents in attendance here. I've seen them flying in and out tons of times over the years. They came in on days' notice to Reno one time.
Yeah. When I didn't even make TV yet.
Yeah.
They came in days' notice not knowing, just for the match play portion, knowing that the TV was that night if I made it.
How does it feel to have that kind of support day in, day out, and then to, on this stage, kind of give them something back a day before Mother's Day for your mom?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I'll probably start crying, but they're the reason I bowl out here. When I was done with college, I wasn't the best bowler on my team. I didn't even make the Nationals roster my senior year. I ended up getting subbed in at the last minute, but I was the 9th best guy on my team. And my mom asked me after I was done with school, she said, hey, both my parents on the phone said, hey, like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I'll probably be a gym teacher. Like, I'm not the best guy on my college team. Who's to say I can go on tour and beat those guys? And she said, I'd rather you tell me that when you're 26. I'd rather you say, hey, I tried it, and it just didn't work out, rather than you be sitting in a gym somewhere. I would still love life. I love being a PE teacher. I loved my stretch when I was in school doing that stuff. But I'm just glad I got the opportunity. I have the best support system. My wife, my parents, my sister, my brother-in-law, like everybody in my life supports me so much, and it's impossible to do this job without that kind of support system.
Yeah, a little bit of a full circle moment here is in your brief substitute teaching window. Mr. Brandon Bonta was in one of those classes, I believe.
Yes, he was. Yeah, I actually was Brandon Bonta's middle school substitute teacher. Yeah, when he was in 8th grade. and now we're here bowling on TV together. Crazy.
Facing Sanders there in the title match, he just came off of shooting 283. That score is a little weird, but he had the front 10 there.
Yeah.
What's it like facing a guy that I know you're striking, but he just threw 10 in a row, right on that same pair?
I was hoping he shot 300 because then you get the huge adrenaline and then the huge adrenaline dump. So I was hoping he shot a huge score and finished it out for 300. Lucky for me, I feel like the lanes transitioned for him a little bit. I was able to keep up with it, whether it was the loft, the speed, where I was playing on the lane. Something just ended up being very similar to when I came off the lanes earlier. So, maybe a little bit of luck, maybe the bowling gods speaking my way, but yeah.
You've mentioned a couple times adrenaline high, adrenaline dump.
Oh, absolutely.
Mentally, how do you get through these moments when it's a back and forth match like that with Sanders at the end?
You try your best not to think about it. It's next to impossible, right? I win that first game and I'm thinking, okay, well, all I have to do is bowl another game just like that. If I keep making those shots, if I keep doing what I did earlier, I should come away with the win. but trying not to think about the end result. Don't look at the trophy. Don't look at my parents. Don't look at my friends. Don't do anything besides focus on the process of what do I have to do to make a good shot. I got to keep the elbow in, and I got to make sure the speed's right. And if I try and, wipe away what might happen here or there and just focus on what's happening right then in the now, it is so much easier to perform at your best.
Okay, but you also had Dino telling you some things during that match, right?
Absolutely. I was talking with Dino Castillo and Mike Wolf. Both those guys helped me out a ton throughout the week, whether it's moving left, right, throwing it slower or faster, and trying to help me piece together the moves in my head to see if they do make sense or not. Was a huge help. Mike was the reason I stayed a little further left and threw a little firmer. And, without advice like that, who knows what happens. Maybe I shoot 300, maybe I shoot 175. You never know.
So you control what you can control, yet those breaks really seem to go your way.
Absolutely.
Surprising?
Yeah. I feel like it's been a long time coming where I've gotten a bunch of bad breaks on TV. I bowled Sanders on TV at the TOC, and I wrapped a couple 7 pins, left a couple 6 pins, end up looking up at the end of the game, and I have like 210. 1-2-0, and I'm like, okay, well, I bowled what I felt like was 260, and it just didn't happen. I was just glad, when the time came, it was the title match, and I got the rolled 3 in the 11th, or, that straight through the face in the 7th frame. Just any break, and try not to think about, that was lucky. Try and think, okay, maybe it was a little lucky. Now make sure it counts. Make sure that frame's not worth 20. Make sure that frame's worth 30.
I gotta ask, I was off to your right.
Yeah.
And late in that last game,
Yeah.
right as you were pushing away, somebody went, ah.
Big yawn, yeah.
Did you hear that?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But I was so locked in on my target and so locked in on how I had to throw the ball that it was easy for me to just continuously throw that good shot.
And you get the strike there in the 11th, and I thought this was interesting. You don't turn to the TV camera, you don't turn to your parents, you look right at your own YouTube
Straight to
camera.
my boy Bug. He yelled at me and yelled at us when he was at the Masters saying we made a movie. I just had to give him that same energy. He was preaching it into my head all day long. Hey, movie. We're making a movie today. Same thing as me at the Masters. We're doing it. And I just had to give him that same energy he gave me.
I'll ask you the same question I asked Bug after the Masters. A terrible answer. What's the name of the movie?
The sequel. The Cheetah Championship 2026, the House Bowling YouTube channel. I don't know.
All right, Packy Hanrahan. One more question here. You're bowling on Shark in a couple days. You got a couple days to reset mentally.
Yeah.
But how can you carry this momentum into Shark and maybe make another run?
Just gotta remember what worked on this show and apply it to the next. If I have a great look and continue to make great shots, hopefully it happens. But you can't live in the it needs to happen or it must happen. Just do the same thing, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's nice to walk away with one. It'd be awesome to walk away with two, but long time coming.
All right, party in the house tonight. Congrats, Packy.
House party tonight. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching Bowling with the Fef. Pound the like button and subscribe button. It's the easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. Bowling with the Fef is brought to you by Chip Magnet. Raise your snack standards.
Bullwinkle's in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, the official bowling center of Bowling with the Fef. Jerry's Scoremore Pro Shop, the Eau Claire area's leader in bowling products and services since 1988, and Visionary Video Hub, video with impact.
Email bowlingwiththefef@yahoo.com with questions or to appear on the show. You can also reach out on your favorite social media platform.